In the past week, I made around $30,000 trading AI related meme coins. And what we're going to do in this video is talk about plays that I made that were good, some that I made that were bad, and we'll just go over the strategy on how I find this stuff, why I traded it the way that I did. And this will just be a little recap for me of saying like, okay, this is what I did well, this is what I should have done well, and that kind of thing. So if you are interested in this kind of content, make sure to drop a like and a comment down below. And my goal here is to give a little insight as to how I trade so that you can then say, oh, okay, this is interesting. This is how he does it. And then you can take it back with you and say, okay, maybe this is something that I could implement that's good. Maybe I don't want to do what he does. And it's just entertainment, educational, that kind of thing. First and foremost, if you are interested in joining my community, you can do so. It's called Canto Labs. It's a fully stacked Discord that has tools, an active community, wallet tracker, everything that you need if you're looking to trade meme coins. So anyway, let's just jump right into it. So first of all, the AI meta has been really hot. And so a lot of these coins are AI, some of them aren't. This was a coin called Claudius. Now, this was a coin that was tweeted out by the account that is associated with the GOAT token. We know that GOAT is currently at a $700 million market cap, and everything that that account had been tweeting out was going crazy. And so this coin was one that I saw the tweet as it happened, and I immediately just started chucking in SOL. Like I was just buying like crazy. And so you can see that I bought and then I sold a little bit, and then I was like, okay, this is going to keep pumping. So I ended up buying, I think this was like 10 SOL worth. So I bought like 40 SOL in this area, and then I ended up selling it all the way up, and I played this really well. So this was a play where, let's see, so I put in 65 SOL, and then I ended up selling, made 108 SOL. So I made 18. So this was an $18,000 play right here. I was super happy with how I played this because I basically just bought when it was around 3 million. It ran all the way up to 12, and I got like a 2.5x, I think, because I was selling on the way up and I was just scaling out my sells as things were going. And I was going to keep holding it, but as you can see here, I was just like, whatever, screw this, I'm done with this. This was a play that I saw, I pinged in my Discord. I was like, this is something that could definitely do well. I punted 40 SOL into it. I think a little bit more than that, like, you know, early on. This was just a situation of watching Twitter, knowing what the meta was, which is AI, and knowing that coins that this thing tweets out and the dev and whatever, whenever they were going and they were tweeting about stuff, it was just smart to go out and pump money into them. So I caught this one early, was really happy about it. The volume was crazy. It had a lot of holders. This coin did well. Next was Baxo. So this was the name, I believe, of, I don't remember exactly what it was. It might have been like a lion or something. So Disney tweeted about this new lion or whatever animal it was, and I saw it, and it had already pumped a good amount. It had a lot of volume, had decent holders. I saw a lot of people were talking about it. So I ended up buying, I think it was this looks like it was 50 SOL, right? Is that what it was? 60? So I put in 60 SOL into this, and then I just sold it. I guess I bought at like 4 million or so. And then I ended up selling it on the way up, so around 6, and I just sold it into this pump. This was a quick in and out. I was like, I just want to be in and out of this coin. I ended up making 27 SOL. By selling early, I remember specifically that I was selling the bottom of one of these candles, and then it ran up to like 6 million or so. So I missed out on like a little bit of money there, but this was a very quick in and out. Like I started buying this at noon, and I was out by 12:45. So this was a 45-minute play that I made 4,500 bucks. This was a situation where I saw it on Twitter. A lot of people were talking about it, and I said, okay, I'm going to buy this. So this next coin was a Rick Roll token, which have been done in the past. I found this personally by wallet tracking. I saw a couple people that I knew that were buying into this, and then I did a little bit more research and I found out what was going on with it. So I ended up buying 20 SOL right here, and I had an average of, I believe it was 200K with all these buys, and I just sold as it was going up. Like Rick Roll is one of the most popular memes ever. So I sold into this pump, didn't sell any near the top here because I thought it might keep going. Then it dipped. So I was like, oh man, like I'm cooked here. So I sold a little bit. I didn't sell all of it, and I ended up holding the rest. And then I sold before it completely dumped. So this was just me wallet tracking. I have a lot of good wallets that I track over time. And I was like, okay, I know that there are certain people. There was one person in specific that was in this coin, and I went and I looked more into it, like I said, and I was like, okay, this could probably pump. And the meme was good, so I figured why not. So that was a nice and quick trade. So that was $9,000 on that one. This next coin was called Forest. So this was once again another one of those situations where this had association to the GOAT token, and they tweeted something out about Forest. It had actually already pumped. I was kind of late to this, and then I ended up putting in whatever it was right here, 70 souls. So I bought like 70 Solana worth, and I just held it, and it just kept pumping. I remember it got dumped really hard when the dev was selling, and I ended up selling basically near the top. So I bought this and I had an average around 11 million, and then I sold here what was 22, and then it just started dumping. And so I basically just sold into every big rally here, and I ended up making 6K. I could have played this a lot better, I remember, but this was another one of those situations of watching Twitter, and I did see wallets that were hopping into this, and even though I was late, I had a feeling that it could run from 10 to like 20 or 25 million, because in this market that is happening a lot. Like, we're seeing that these coins are not just pumping to 10, they're going to 20, they're going to 30. Even this Flavia coin the other day went to 50 or 60. But the lesson here is that throughout all of these, I'm taking quick profit. Like, I'm just buying and I'm scaling out as soon as I can. Now, we'll find some examples here at the end where that wasn't the case, but we'll just go into this next win that I had, which was TON. So I made 3K on this one. This was TON terminal of something. I don't really remember. I ended up putting in 30 SOL right around here, sold some towards the top, and then it just completely died, and then I just sold off the rest of my moon bag. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember how I found this coin. This was just a very quick, like, I bought into it at 7:30, and then I was selling it by 7:39, and then I was completely out by 7:49. So this was like a $3,000 play in 20 minutes. Once again, was kind of late to this, but I hopped on board and I managed to get out on top. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is we're going to go over some of the losses that I took. One thing that I will say before I get into all of this, my philosophy is always win more than you lose. I do lose trades. I will lose maybe a third of my trades. I don't know. Like, I lose trades. Like, everybody loses in this game, but the goal is to win more than you lose. And so while I may have made 17K, the next day I lost like 10, and then the next day I made like 8, and then it just keeps going like that, where the way that I trade, it's that I'm making a lot of money, I'll lose some. And a lot of it is because there are just so many coins, there's so many rotations. Sometimes I'm late, sometimes I sell too early. And what we're going to look into on this specific coin is one that was driven by the whole AI meta, and it didn't really end up going my way at all. So one of the things that I like to do when I trade with size is that I like to DCA. What that means is that if you buy into a coin, let's say that you do buy in kind of high, I always make sure that I have some money on the sideline to buy lower in the event that I need to adjust my average and get that number down. On this coin, this was called Kiri, and I lost 11 grand basically on this. I put in 131 SOL and I ended up losing 64. This is what happened with Kiri. This was one of those coins that was driven by the AI meta. It had a lot of volume, a lot of holders, and I ended up buying basically this local top, and then it dumped, and then it went back up. I could have sold here for profit, but I didn't because it wasn't really enough. Thought that this would probably run to 20 to 25 million, and my entry at 15, I would have been able to get out. So what ended up happening is it just completely dumped, and I ended up DCAing, and then it just dumped again, and I bought more, and then it just never bounced. The coin literally never bounced, and then it just went down only, and this sucks. This does happen sometimes, and my biggest regret on this coin was that I FOMO'd into it, but could have gone either way, because we've seen a lot of coins that look like this. They'll have like a little dump and then they fucking explode. So I chalk this one up as just unfortunate. I think this was this GOAT's girlfriend. I don't remember. I'm sorry. I'm just so cooked. Like, a lot of these coins, they all blend in together for me. Yeah, I had to stomach basically $10,000 loss, but I did wait for it to bounce. And then I was like, all right, whatever, fuck this. And I ended up just getting out, and I was just mad. Chalk this one up to buying too much of it, being unlucky. And I also will say that I do remember finding this earlier and fading it. So this was one of those that like, if I had bought here or even right here, I definitely wouldn't have lost money, because I would have been scaling out like around up here. Like, I know I would have. I wasn't happy enough with the fact that this only one pumped. And then on this Tilly coin, this was, I believe it was a dog or something that got shilled by A16Z, and this was one that was just complete bullshit. So this coin had been just whatever, creeping up. All right, took a little bit of a dump. A16Z, they tweet about it. The coin runs all the way to 8 million. I was like, okay, I missed this trade, and then I ended up buying because I was like, okay, this thing's dumping. This thing should have like a rally back to maybe 7 million, 10. A16, like it had like a decent whatever and a narrative. I think there was AI that had something to do with it. I don't know. If it probably had something to do with AI if I was buying it. So I bought, I DCA'd, I kept on DCAing, and this shit literally just fucking died with no bounce. And I was just like, all right, whatever. So same thing. I sold. It kind of bounced up here, but not really much. And then this shit just completely died. Those were my trades. I believe this one I ended up finding because of there was like a tweet that pumped it really hard. I really wanted to just go over this, and I wanted to give a little insight. I hope this is helpful, right? Like, it's helpful for me because I can kind of go back and say, you know, this is where I bought. I played this one well. I played this one bad. This was really fucking stupid. This was really smart. And my goal here is to just improve over time. Now, I've been trading meme coins for the past couple of years, so a lot of this does come secondhand to me, but I'm still learning, right? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I fucking crush it like every single day. I have good days, I have bad days, but I win more than I lose, and that's really it. Hopefully this was helpful to you. Thank you guys for watching. I seriously appreciate it. Join Canto. It's a great place. That's where I'm hanging out all day long. If you ever wanted to ask any questions, anything like that, there's a lot of good resources and a lot of good tools that I use on a daily basis in there that you can get access to. So I'll put that link down below. Thank you guys for watching per usual. Take it easy, and I will see you guys in the next one.